Hey guys, welcome back to the Hoan Zone where we help you multiply the assets you own. We are going to be continuing our mini series on how to do low and no money strategies to invest in real estate. But before we get into that, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, because we're going to be releasing a new video every Monday and Wednesday on the Hoan Zone. Today's mini series is going to be talking all about hard money. The reason I am going over this video is because hard money is one of the most misunderstood topics in all of real estate. I hear all kinds of things about hard money, like, Hoan, I'm going to use hard money to pay for my house. Hoan, I'm going to consolidate all of my credit cards with a hard money loan. Guys, that is not what hard money is for. I did my very first deal with hard money, and I am thankful for it. I used it to buy a property, fix it up, and then I was able to refinance and pay off the hard money. That is what it's for. Or if you're choosing to flip a property, you can use hard money for that. It is not for buying your primary home. It is not for paying off credit cards. It is not for buying a motorcycle, buying a car, going on vacation, and all of these other crazy things that I hear people talking about with hard money. Hard money is a tool to be used to pay for the property and to fix it up. And that property, when you buy it to fix it up, it is going to be purchased in your entity name, not in your personal name. And it's an investment property, not your own primary home. And that is what you're going to learn, how to use hard money to become a better real estate investor. Let's begin with what hard money is, or who hard money lenders are. A hard money lender is a private lender that lends money professionally. Now, you can go to your uncle and you can get a loan from your uncle and say, hey, I got this property that I'm trying to do. Would you lend me money? Technically, your uncle is a private money lender. And if your uncle lent money to tons of other people, then he could be a hard money lender. The difference really is the paperwork and the idea and the knowledge behind lending. Hard money lenders are professionals. They have their criteria to give out loans. They know LTVs, they know how to estimate rehab, they have appraisals, they have everything that's going to be needed in order to lend you the money in a safe and secure way for themselves. Your uncle, on the other hand, he is lending you the money. He pretends like he knows what he's talking about, but he may really not. Again, a hard money lender is really a private money lender that just lends money professionally. Now that we got that out of the way of who a hard money lender is, let's talk about why they do what they do. A lot of people talk about hard money lenders and say hard money lenders are only after your property. They're going to give you the money to fix it up and buy it. And then when you can't pay them back, they're just going to take the property back. And that's how they acquire property. Though it may be true that hard money lenders have to take back some properties because the borrower can't pay the loan, that is not the intention. A hard money lender simply wants one thing and one thing only: the interest on the money. They want to lend you money, they want to be paid back, and they want to lend you more money in the future. Their business is to lend, just like a bank. Now, the big difference between the bank and the hard money lender is the hard money lender is more flexible, whereas the bank has very strict guidelines that they cannot go against. Hard money lenders, flexible. But both situations, the hard money lender just cares for the interest, the bank too. Both situations, they just care about the interest, not about taking back the property. I've heard that one more than once, that a hard money lender is only interested in taking your property, and that's just not true. Now, in terms of interest, in terms of fees and all of that, how does a hard money lender make money? Well, typically, they're going to charge you a fee, which they're going to call a point, right? They're either going to charge you 2 points or 4 points up front, and that's their fee. And then they're going to charge you interest on the money. A couple of other fees that you have to be mindful of when you're dealing with a hard money lender is that on top of the point, they may charge you for an application fee, an underwriting fee, legal fees. They're going to be calling all kinds of things fees. Either way, it's just a fee for the loan. Some have them, some don't. This is where you might get tripped up. One lender, lender A, let's call it, lender A might say, hey guys, I charge 4 points, 12% for the loans. Come do business with me. Another lender might say, oh, we only charge 2 points and 12%. Do business with me. You're going to think I should do business with lender B because they're cheaper. But what they don't put in the marketing is that lender A does not charge an underwriting fee, a legal fee, an application fee, whereas lender B does. I'm going to show you the insides of the loan industry and how they make money and how the marketing messes you up. And this way, you'll be able to better compare apples to apples when you are talking to the lenders. When you call the one up and say, hey, what's your points? What's your interest? Again, they're going to say 4 and 12. The other ones could say 2 and 12. You just think, oh, I'm going to go with the lender B. But they might actually be more expensive overall because they hide their fees outside of the points. There are more fees on top of what I just said. There's going to be an inspection period. When you do a hard money loan, and even if the lender says that they're willing to do 100% of the rehab cost, they want to inspect the property every single time you ask for more money. What do you mean ask for more money, you're asking? Well, they're not going to give you all the money up front. Let's go back to our example, $100,000 loan. It's $75,000 to buy it and $25,000 to fix it up. They're not going to give you the $25,000 up front. This catches people off guard all of the time. They're like, wait, what do you mean you're not giving me the money to fix it up? You are to fix up the property first, and then they are going to reimburse you. Now, you may not have to fix up the whole property and to get reimbursed, but you will have to fix up some of it. They break it up into phases. For a $25,000 rehab loan, maybe they'll do 3 phases. Maybe it's 7,000, 7,000, and then 8. Is that 25,000, right? 7, 7, 8. You're gonna have to do the 7,000 up front. They're gonna come and inspect the property. Lenders, they sometimes charge for that inspection. It might be like $250. They come out, they look, they charge you $250, and then they reimburse you the $7,000. And then they come out again. They look at your work, charge you $250, reimburse you whatever it is that they're supposed to reimburse you until they lend you all 100% of the construction money. You do have to come up with that cost up front. Some lenders don't have that fee though, that $250, that inspection fee. Some don't have it. When you're comparing different lenders, you got to make sure, you got to ask them, hey, do you charge for this? They don't always volunteer that information beforehand. That's why watching videos like this, it gives you that exposure to know what questions to ask. And if you're interested in the course, check out hoanzone.com and see what I have coming up next. All right, back to it. In terms of the fees, you got your inspection fees, things like that. Now, in terms of actual closing, you're going to have to pay for your typical transfer taxes and title insurance. You're also going to have to pay for your appraisal up front. You may have to pay for the whole year of property insurance and property taxes up front. These are all dollars that come out of your pocket. This series is on low and no money strategies. This is more of a low money strategy and maybe even a middle money strategy because you do have to pay for these things. Even for lenders who are willing to give you 100% acquisition and 100% rehab, they still want their points up front. You don't have to come up with the acquisition or the rehab fee at the end, right? So they are lending you a significant amount of money, but there is going to be a significant outlay of money. Let's talk real quick about how to qualify for such a loan. Some hard money lenders require you to have really good credit. Some have less restrictive criteria. Maybe they're willing to lend you money if you're at a 600 credit score. Some will only lend to you if you have a 750 credit score or 700 credit score. A lot of people use this whole term asset-based lender, as if these lenders don't care about anything and they're just willing to throw money at you no matter what. It's not the case. It is not the case. Lenders care about who you are as the borrower. If you are somebody with really bad credit who doesn't pay their bills, why would you pay the hard money lender? And why would you treat them any differently if you didn't pay any of these bills off? It just makes no sense. That's why a hard money lender might tread lightly when it comes to lending you money. They may even just flat out say, no, it doesn't matter how good your asset is. The other criteria of hard money lending is that they may want to see you have some experience. They may say, how many deals have you done in the last 12 months? And sometimes they might want to see that you have done 3 or more. And if you haven't done enough deals, then a way that they overcome that is by asking you to put some money down. If you have done a bunch of deals, they might say, I'm willing to give you 100% of acquisition and 100% of rehab. If you say, I've never done a deal before, well, then we're going to need to give you a 70% acquisition and 100% rehab loan. You're going to have to come up with that 30% upfront. That's how a lot of lenders get around this new investor strategy. Now, if the hard money lender is willing to give you a lot of the money and you have to bring some down just because you're new, then so be it if that can get you into the deal. Don't worry about that so much. Also, if a hard money lender is the only one willing to lend you money and you're kind of griping over the 12% interest, well, how else are you going to do the deal? And if you can find another source, like using the other strategies that I talk about in this mini series, then great. Just look at hard money as a tool, and if it works for the situation and that's your only option, then use it. Don't be afraid of it. Yes, it costs a little bit more money, but that's why the lender's in business, and that's why you're even talking to them, because they're willing to say yes when everybody else said no. It's just a tool for the right situation. Hard money will allow you to do multiple deals as well, whereas let's say you went to a bank and the bank agreed to give you money for this construction project. Most likely the bank's not going to agree for you to do multiple projects at the same time, but a hard money lender would be okay with it. The flexibility is worth the extra money. That's what you're really paying for, is this relationship with a lender that's willing to work with you. The other thing I like to say is that hard money is smart money. Banks are kind of like dumb money. And what do I mean by that? The bank's not going to give you any advice when it comes to real estate. They're just going to give you the money. Whereas a hard money lender, they know real estate. They deal with a lot of real estate investors. Real estate investors are the only clients they have. They understand real estate. They may have contractors in the area. They may know other investors in the area that can help you out if you're in a jam. It's smart money, whereas banks, maybe dumb money. When looking to work with a hard money lender, you can either reach out to somebody at hoanzone.com, check it out, hit the loan button and see what we have, or if you're looking locally in your area, just make sure that you get some referrals or some references from other borrowers. There are lenders, some unscrupulous lenders, who their only objective is to get your application fee. All right, here's the application. Please fill it out and also send your check. You send the check and then they don't approve your loan. What happened? Well, they never intended to lend you the money in the first place. Terrible, isn't it? Terrible. That's what happens. Get the referrals, get the references. Make sure that you don't get got. That's a slang term I like to use. Don't get got. This industry is ruthless. There are booby traps and landmines all over the place. They will kill you in this business. Be careful. Channels like this, the Hoan Zone, we're here to help you and expose you to these ideas that you have to watch out for so that you don't make the mistake when you're trying to do this on your own. It's important that you work with people so that you can get these references and not get caught working with somebody who isn't really there to help you in the first place. We're nearing the end of the video. I'm just curious, did this video clear up anything for you with hard money loans? Did you think you can buy your own house with it? Did you think that you're going to pay off credit cards with this? It's important that you understand how to use this tool. I'd love to hear in the comments, what did you get from this video? Or if you are already using hard money, what was your experience like? Did you enjoy using hard money? Let us know in the comments. There are so many things that hard money can do for you, but the one thing you don't need it for is to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and hit that share button and share it with your friends. I'm Hoan. This was the Hoan Zone. This is that mini series on low and no money strategies. If you enjoyed this video, again, hit that like button, and thank you for spending time with us today, and I'll catch you in the next video.